Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a look at SXP. This is a request from one of my community members. Thank you very much for requesting that I cover this. And first and foremost, if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, right? I just love teaching people how to trade. I've been trading for over 15, actually 16 years now, and I can tell you that it's just a passion of mine to be able to help people become better traders. So I hope you can learn something here today. If you want to become a better trader, learn a lot more, I have a trading academy. I send out signals for every trade that I take. CryptoCache.tech is the website. Link in the description below. Join an amazing, esteemed community of just awesome individuals. Thank you again to my current community members that not only request that I cover this, but your support is greatly appreciated. I love you. All right, so taking a look here at SXP. Here's what's going on first and foremost. We got a nice continuation of what I count, 6 days of green. So just keep this in mind. Just kind of throw this out there first and foremost. We have, basically, we're at a 5 on TD sequential. So 5 basically implies that we have about 4 days left of continuation. Not saying it's going to stop there or it's going to continue to that point. Just in general, we're halfway through this trend, right? So this bullish momentous trend will come to an end eventually before we get a consolidation retracement. We're going to look at smaller time frames to identify what that looks like, but here's some really cool stuff here. The 50-day SMA is working as a nice support level. It worked for support 2 days in a row, and now it's continuing higher. So it basically just tells us that the average price right now that people see in the last 50 days, which should be 136, is higher at 152. It implies that there's a lot more value, and people want to essentially invest in this. Volume is moderately higher. It's not tremendous compared to other times I've seen in the past. In fact, let's go ahead and take a quick look. Wow, some really large candle wicks. Look at this. So obviously May 19th was our crypto start of the winter, or whatever you want to call it. That was a really terrible time frame last year, and this thing dumped hard. So just keep in mind, anytime there's a correction from Bitcoin, there's a significant correction from SXP. So I would recommend trading with a trailing stop loss and always have multiple profit targets, as we always do in our trading for the structure that I try to provide and trade and teach is multiple profit targets and a trailing stop loss at the very least. Just something to protect your investment in case the price goes south on you, because these are some pretty devastating wicks, and I would hate to see you get caught. So once again, keep it maybe loose, but generally speaking, Bitcoin drops to 40,000 tomorrow, we might see a correction from SXP. Okay? Just be mindful of that. Anyway, so that's kind of where we're at there for the 1 day. Let's go to the 4 hour. Work our way down. We're up over both moving averages. We have potential golden cross here as well, which is nice. Nothing super important though, honestly, because really golden cross in the 4 hour isn't groundbreaking. It's more important to see that on Bitcoin, not necessarily in altcoin, if that makes any sense. Now, this is moving much more independent than Bitcoin is. Obviously, Bitcoin's not doing this exact same behavior. So keep this in mind. It's got some independence right now, which is fantastic, and it can kind of be representative of the most recent volume. So we've got a lot more volume last 24 hours than we have in the past week. Okay, that's a good sign. It's really helpful to kind of keep this continuation higher and more of a likelihood of the price not coming back down because of that volume. All right, that basically just means it's going to take a lot of volume to get the price to push down further. For right now, though, we're looking pretty good in that sense. Let's look if we're overextended. We're seeing this a lot right now with coins. We're at an 8 on TD sequential, telling us we're kind of reaching the end of this potential run, and we might see a cooling off period soon. Just know that's a potential reality, because if you see here, it has a tendency of hitting a 9, resetting, and jumping back up again. So we could see a 9 here soon with a bounce off of 149 or just say 150, or potentially even a correction all the way down to 140, which wouldn't be terrible, by the way, and then up again, right? And the reason why that wouldn't be bad is because that was the most recent consolidation point right at this key level resistance for Fibonacci retracement. 140 is a key level support now. So moving forward, 140 I would say would be the best case scenario. It would be awesome if the price could come down that low, so you can add to your position and get more profit later, right? It's a good scenario, good strategy. I would recommend maybe shooting for 140 just in general to essentially help you, maybe add to your position. One last little caveat there. Make sure if you're shooting for dollar cost average targets, they're just above key level supports. So 141 might be more appropriate. All right, that being said, 4 hour looks pretty good. RSI is up over 70 still. Don't love that, but it's kind of calming down and relaxing soon. So with it being at a 9, hopefully we get a little retracement and we get back under 70 with a nice little bounce off of 50 and back up to the upside. We're seeing that happen a lot right now. It's a very common trend. I forget which coin it was specifically I just covered that came up hitting every key level Fibonacci retracement line, and then as soon as it gets over 70 on the RSI, it comes back down to 50 and bounces. You can see that happening quite a lot with certain coins. This is probably going to be one of those. We just got to get some consolidation. I really want the price to pull back for a little bit. That would be awesome, honestly. I know it sounds weird, but consolidation and retracement is an extremely healthy thing, because if you don't have a nice staircase pattern, then you're going to have a really strong decrease in price based on the price being too high too fast. All right, but all in all, pretty good qualities here for SXP. Taking a look at the 1 hour TD sequential, we're at a 6 right now, so that doesn't necessarily imply that we're going to see a turnaround, but we did hit a 9 previously and legged up again. So anytime you see 2 9s in a row on the 1 hour, there's a much stronger likelihood of the price coming back down, because that coincides with the 4 hour hitting a 9 as well. So that being said, we're at a 6 right now. I would say in best case scenario, we see some sideways consolidation here and possibly lose that support down to 140. Best case scenario would be to consolidate above 150 and continue higher. That could very well happen, because it has proven to be able to work itself within key level resistance and support levels. And this being a support, we might see that hold first. Okay, so 150 is a likely candidate for sideways action. 140 is the less likely candidate for sideways action, but also more optimal in the sense we'd have a better, stronger push up if we had it come down lower. All right, so all in all, good stuff there. Ichimoku Cloud's probably telling us we got all green lights here. Literally nothing adverse here at this point. SXP is optimal in every sense of the word. So I would say that you want to be cautious and just optimistic, of course, but try not to be naive in the sense that a pullback soon is potentially a likelihood here. And the fact that if it doesn't pull back and we get consolidation, we're good. If it goes straight up from here, that's a problem, that's bad. Anybody tells you that's not is an idiot. No offense, but try not to buy into all the hype. That's all I'm trying to say. Yes, it's awesome that SXP is doing very well. We want this consistency to continue. This type of stuff, this type of behavior shouldn't happen too frequent. If it keeps happening, then we're going to see a strong decrease, and we don't want that. All right, anyways, I hope that you make sense of that and I explain that correctly. Thanks again for joining me here. I can't think of much else we need to really cover here. We're going to cover this again soon. Oh, I guess you could also say we have a double bottom here, which does imply the price will probably continue higher if we can break this resistance of 162. So again, break above 162 on the 1-day candlestick close would be phenomenal, but consolidation sideways would be even better for a couple more days, so we can get more volume here at this profile and then go up. All right. Hopefully you found benefit and I'm making sense with my explanation here. I cover all this in my trading academy, and of course, send out signals for my trading community so you can understand more specifically how that works and what you should do here with this kind of trade. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks again for your time. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.